Shalom, everybody, from the hills of Israel. This video is going to be about replacement theology, also known as supersessionism, and the Synagogue of Satan. First of all, when it comes to replacement theology, historically, we know this, that all the way back into approximately 155 AD, all right, dealing with Justin Martyr and his Jewish opponent, Trypho. This is merely maybe 50 years or so after the last book of the New Testament was written. Already by that time, the Gentile Christians, or the ex-pagan, or the pagan Christians that came into the belief of Christianity, they already were teaching, and it was a common thread amongst their conversations at that time that the church replaced Israel, and that all the blessings were on the church and all the curses were on Israel because they, quote unquote, rejected Jesus as God and rejected Jesus as Messiah. And so to maintain their status, this replacement theology came along, and supersessionism, as they call it. And so, put it this way, by 325 AD, when Constantine and the Roman government made quote-unquote Christianity a state religion, or at least acknowledged it as a state religion, or a viable and religion. By that time, the replacement theology was firmly rooted within the constructs of Christian theology. And so, going a bit farther forward, and by 500 AD, it was firmly established by the Catholic Church that the church replaces Israel, and that because the Jews rejected Jesus as God and rejected Jesus as Messiah, and or Yeshua as Messiah and God, again, all the blessings go to the church, and the Jews are cursed, and so the anti-Semitism and bias of the Christian church against the Jews proceeded from that point forward all the way down even to the current times now. So what has this got to do with the Synagogue of Satan? Well, what you have to understand is this, is that what we know is this, is that this concept, all right, of the replacement theology, all right, in itself, all right, is in fact a synagogue of Satan. In other words, I'm saying the church, or the Christians, or Christianity, from the get-go, all right, from all the time way back, even when the book of Revelation was written, and it talks about the synagogue of Satan. Now, even the book of Revelation has been corrupted with the Christological overlay of Jesus as God and or as Messiah, and the second coming and all this stuff here, all right? But when you strip the book of Revelation of the overlay of the Christological theology and get down to the core of it, all right, and pull out and take away all that Christological teachings, all right, you will find that that the core of the book of Revelation is all based upon the Tanakh, all right. All those major concepts and precepts in the book of Revelation are in the Tanakh, all right, in the prophets, all right. Whoever wrote the book of Revelation, that John or whoever it was that wrote the book of Revelation, they knew the Tanakh very well, and basically what Hashem did is they took whoever wrote that book, all right, and gave them visions to these 30 keystone events: the seals, the trumpets, the thunders, the bowls, the two witnesses, and the coming of the Messiah. And not the second coming of Jesus, but the coming of Moshiach ben David, the first coming of Moshiach ben David, and the only coming of Moshiach ben David at the end of those 7 years. So, sorry for the sidetrack there, but back to the Synagogue of Satan. In the Greek, all right, if you go to any concordance, all right, and you look up the word in Revelation 2:9, it says this: I know your works and your tribulation and poverty, but you are rich, and I know them, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. In 3:9 it says, Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before your feet, and to know that I have loved you. First of all, this word synagogue, right, is a Greek term, right, and it does not necessarily mean a Jewish synagogue, all right? It can be a Christian church, all right? It can be any assembly or congregation in the Greek 4864 synagogue. Also, through supersessionism, all right, these Gentile churches, all right, were saying that they are the true Israel, that they are the true Jews, all right, but they're not. They never have been, and they never will. And this is very relevant in dealing even with more current times, okay? Especially those that are Messianic Jews, all right? In other words, Jews that believe that Jesus is Messiah and or God, all right? And the Trinity and all that stuff, all right? Or even the Unitarians, all right? Or the any branch of Christianity that believes Jesus is God and or the Messiah, all right? Because there's Christian branches that, like the Unitarians and other groups, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't believe Jesus is God, all right? But they believe Jesus is the Messiah. But he's a false Messiah. He did not succeed in being either God nor Messiah. He failed at both, all right? And so, in context, in the book of Revelation in chapter 2, verse 9, and 3, verse 9, in context, this John is speaking to those Christian churches, all right, that say they are Jews and they're not. In other words, again, these are Gentile churches. They're saying that we replace Israel. We're the true Israelites. We are the true believers, and Jesus is God. Jesus is the Messiah, and they claim to be Jews, and they are not. So to put it in a nutshell, all of Christianity, all the way back from 155 A.D. with Just a Martyr and Typho, all the way down to the present age with the Messianic Jews, the Jews for Jesus, the quote unquote, and it's an oxymoron, the Messianic Gentiles, all right, or the Torah observant. There's many people out, many of you people out there, right? You say, "Oh, I'm Torah observant, and and I don't do the Sunday stuff, and I don't do the Easter stuff or the Christmas stuff, and I'm kosher and I'm Torah observant." But yet you believe Jesus is God, and you believe Jesus is the Messiah, or Yeshua, all right? You wear a kippah, you may wear a talit, you may even lay a tefillin, all right? You meet on Shabbat, and you keep the feasts and the festivals and all that stuff there. You're not. You're fake Jews, all right? You're not, okay? You say you're a Jew, and you're not. So you, all right? All you Messianic Jews, all you Messianic Christians, right? Or Gentiles, okay? All you Torah observant, you are the synagogue of Satan. Now, I did not stutter, and I'll reiterate, all of Christianity, all of every branch of the quote-unquote, 40,000 registered denominations of Christianity in the world now, all right? 40,000. I can't believe, it's hard to believe. But anyways, all you that are replacement theologists or believe that you are the true church or the true believers and all this stuff, you are saying that you're Jews, all right? And you're not. And all of Christianity is the synagogue of Satan. So anyways, shalom from the hills of Israel, and bye.